Hey, MJ friends, welcome to the It's All for Love podcast. I am Cheryl Mazza, the healing dancer, and this is a podcast all about Michael Jackson and how he continues to inspire love in the world and inspires us to become our best selves. In this episode, I am speaking with my wonderful friend Myrna from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Myrna is an amazing soul, and she is one of my soul sisters. Our conversation is very spiritual, which I love. And we talk a lot about how Michael Jackson is a light worker and a healer. We talk about the song Heal the World and how it is an amazing song and still has the most amazing impact on the world today. One of the many highlights from our conversation is when Myrna mentions how Michael inspires us to be ourselves and to not let anyone stop you from being the person you want to be and living your passion and dreams. I hope that you enjoy this episode with Myrna. And now let's get some housekeeping stuff that I always say in these videos out of the way. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and to like this video, and please leave us a message. Let us know how much you like this episode. If you are listening on any other podcast platform, please make sure to subscribe there if you can. And I would absolutely love it if you left me a positive review. I am always looking for more guests to be on my podcast. So if you're interested in being a guest on this podcast and telling your Michael Jackson story, I would absolutely love to chat with you. Please take a look in the show notes and you'll find a link to schedule a coffee chat with me to talk about the podcast and get all the information you need. Thank you so much for listening and watching. It's All for Love. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the It's All for Love podcast. I am Cheryl Mazza, the healing dancer, your host, which you probably already know by now. Today I have Myrna with me from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And Myrna is just a human being having an earthly experience and creating a better place for peace and harmony. Myrna created a holistic practice that encompasses transforming yourself to a higher soul level frequency, empowering and invoking your inner beauty, gifts, talents, and purpose through light language customized to your soul knowing, integrated energy healing, past life, Akashic records, knowledge, quantum activation, mind, body, spirit, and mentor. Welcome, Myrna. She's fabulous.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here.
Hold it up to your
Oh, here we go.
We're getting used to having microphones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome. Yes, thank you so much for being here to talk about Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Our favorite person.
Our favorite person and the most influential being on this planet that came to my existence since I was little and I saw them at Jackson 5, the cartoon. That was my beginnings with the Jackson 5. And then I saw him literally grow up. He's literally 5 years older than me. So it's kind of like we both grew up together in the same era and the same changes throughout the whole entire existence of his life.
Wow. Okay. So is that when you first discovered him in the
Yes.
Jackson 5?
Jackson.
Was there a moment that you remember?
Yes, especially when he sang Dancing Machine and he just did his robotic movement and and me and my sisters, we loved doing that. So we like replicated doing that. So that was like, and I love to dance too. I love to dance as well. So everything about Michael Jackson, his evolving from a child to becoming a megastar, to becoming also a father, and also to become a humanitarian. And all his lyrics, my goodness, have such a fabulous story about everything that he's experienced in his life from the beginning of time. So he had a playful youth, youthful with the songs with his brothers, but then he eventually evolved and started just creating music from what he saw, what he experienced, and what he was giving us messages for the future of ourselves.
Yeah. And just, I mean, I know I've said this before in other episodes, but his music is just so timeless. And it's just very, I mean, for me right now, just the way that the world is, it's very relevant to what is going on in the world, or probably what has been going on in the world, obviously, since back then when he wrote the music, but
Yeah,
we're awake
exactly.
to it now. So,
Right, right.
yeah. Well, how has Michael inspired you in your life?
What the most that I've gotten from Michael was his evolving, because he clearly showed us how he evolved physically, emotionally, spiritually in his own way, because what he does with his music is spiritual to him. So it has nothing to do with the religion that he grew up with his family or anything. And I wanted to bring this up because spirituality is just not a religion. Spirituality is a form of peace, inner peace within yourself, that helps you progress within your being, within your existence. So you are the creator. So you're creating yourself. And he was the perfect epitome in that era, that he showed us what it is. Even though, there were moments of his time that it was sad, and it came out in some of his music, the Smooth Criminal is one of them, and other songs that are, and especially the album Dangerous, which has beautiful lyrics and different evolving thing. And I'm getting to that because the one song that really hit me in 1992 from Epic Records was Heal the World. So
Heal the world.
and it's ironic because that was put out on November 23rd, 1992. So that's been a while, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we calculated it.
Yes.
I do a lot of things with numbers, even when in my business. When I talk to people, I check out what the date of birth, check out the date that they experienced a change in their life. And so I formulate like an Akashic record for them. And Michael Jackson did the same thing, but through his lyrics and through his albums and through the names of each of his albums. He created his own Akashic records of what he was trying to give us information at the same time of love, hope, prosperity, harmony, peace, no division. He never liked division. He saw everyone as one.
Right. Yeah. He loved everybody equally, whether you're black, white, purple, whatever. Like, he loved everybody. And that's exactly the kind of world that he wanted to create. And I mean, granted, there was a lot more than just racism and all of that going on, but that's what Heal the World is. It includes everything that needs to be healed. And I think we're working on that now.
I think a lot of us are working on that we're literally tapping into ourselves and healing ourselves. And I'm so grateful that Cheryl was one of my clients. I'm so grateful that she's taken off and doing her passion. This was one of her passion. This was actually on her vision board on our last class that we did together. And it's actually happening. And this was what 3 years ago?
Yeah. Some maybe even more. I don't even know.
I think it was 3 years ago, but I'm like watching, I'm like a mom watching my kid just evolving and enjoying her passion. That's what we're supposed to do. We pick a passion, we live it, and we start doing it. Because once we start doing it, it culminates a trickling effect, a domino effect to make the world a better place. Here we go back to Michael Jackson again. So anytime you have a passion in life, you try it out. And if it doesn't work, don't stop, don't quit. There was plenty of times that both of us wanted to quit in our endeavors, especially me with my business.
True that.
Yeah. But this is also testing your perseverance. Michael Jackson never quit, even though he experienced a lot of things. He kept going and he kept showing his example to other people as well. And he wanted them to have joy and he wanted them to have passion. So this podcast is like so perfect because we're emulating the same mission, the same thought process that he was doing as well.
Yeah, Michael was a huge advocate for living your dreams. I don't and don't come at me, Michael Jackson fans, because I don't remember the name, but there's a video out there on YouTube where he was actually starting some kind of, I don't know if it was a charity or some kind of group or something that was, around living your dream.
Yeah,
and helping people to live their dreams. So I definitely, that's why I include Michael in everything that I do. And that's why I want him to be, or I don't want him to, he is the inspiration for everything that I do. And I want the world to know. about him, which is why I'm doing this podcast.
And I'm so glad she's doing it because Cheryl's passion is dance. So is Michael's. Cheryl's passion is reaching out to the world. And if you guys know that tidbit that she can rephrase, put it in the drop it down on
Put it in the
for
comments.
her, in the comments below. And I'm doing the exact same thing, but without being the performer. I'm doing the same exact thing for families to evolve. Done it with children, done it with adults, done it with grandmas, grandpas, and see them evolve and see them smile and finally say, hey, I got it. I finally understand why I'm here. A lot of people walk around this earth aimlessly, not knowing what their purpose is.
Yeah. And your purpose could simply be just to love. And that's okay.
And that's so simple.
And we can have more than one purpose.
Correct.
So it doesn't have to be,
Yep.
just one. So,
Yep.
and I think that's what Michael's purpose was really, besides entertaining the hell out of us.
Oh my gosh. And continues.
Right.
With
And like hitting all these records and stuff like that. I think, his purpose really was to teach us about love.
Yeah.
So.
And also grounding skills. That man can dance, right? How many of us know some of his moves, right? Literally. So what does those moves make you feel? How do you feel when you do those moves, right? You're actually feeling it because that's what he wanted us to understand. When you dance, you're feeling the music. I remember watching, I think it was a show somewhere. I'm not sure if it's YouTube or another social platform, where he was actually telling a producer, how did he write his music and how did he start doing it? And Michael mentioned that he liked to dance it first. And then the lyrics will come in. And then that's how he performed it. So then he started doing the, what is that? The backslide thing. I can't believe
the moonwalk.
Yeah, the moonwalk. Duh, the moonwalk. So he showed the producer, the one interviewing him, the moonwalk, and that's how he got the lyrics from just moving. He goes, you just got to move and feel. My vibrations gives me the lyrics in my mind, and that's how I performed them, and that's why I performed it with passion, and that's why I kept going all nights, and that's why the encores I came back. He came back and just kept doing it and doing it, and this is why we were so enamored by him. It's that passion.
Yeah, he was very passionate about his craft, and obviously, I mean, he studied all the greats and he manifested being the greatest. He did. He totally manifested that. If you look back at like the notes and stuff that he wrote, it was all that was all the manifestation process was. I can't even remember like the quotes, but like he would write stuff like I'm the greatest performer in the world and stuff like that. So, and I think that we need to start adapting that ourselves.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, whatever we want in life and start writing it out like Michael did.
Yeah. And verbalize it. The word I am, as she mentioned, I am the greatest performer in the world. What is your I am? Right? What is Myrna's I am? What is Cheryl's I am?
I got to think about that.
Myrna's I am is just being with joy and laughter and helping humanity, helping others, because that's what I always loved to do since I was little. I always loved to perform. I always liked to act. I always liked to help others that were in impoverished areas that didn't have the means or anything. I would cheer them up, or I will always go for the oddballs because I wasn't one of the cliquey girls in high school either. I was one of the geeky girls, intelligent girls in high school. So I held my own, and then I always go and befriend the ones that are not popular. So that's my purpose, is to uplift others that others did not see what I saw in them. I see beyond what your looks are. I see your pure heart. I see your soul. And then from there, we just work it and build it up so you can become who you are meant to be. And you always will be evolving. You can try one thing, and if it doesn't work, that's okay. You keep moving on to doing something else, like we have. Yeah, we have done that.
Exactly. Yeah. I felt Michael and everything you just said there, because that's exactly what he did too, is he would find, he would talk to people. I mean, he would go out and like talk to the homeless and give homeless people money in the middle of the night.
That's beautiful.
Like because he could
Right,
do
because
that.
he could.
He could do that, and that made him, feel good, and he was able to help others. in that way and shine his light.
Yep. Yep. Oh, and I wanted to read a lyric from Heal the World, because when Cheryl asked me to do this podcast, or I even volunteered because I love him, the first song that was Heal the World, and this came out when, Live Aid came out and all that stuff. So he wanted to create his own, and his lyrics, this one, the chorus, which everyone should know, but I want to read it. And I would advise you, if some of you can put your hands in your heart, because that's how vibrations, your voice is an amplifier. Your voice talks to your cells. And when you actually read or sing, you're actually moving any cellular that's stuck and stagnant in your body. So let's do this. So the one I chose was Heal the World, make it a better place for you and for me, the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make it a better place for you and me. My voice started cracking during that, because there's a lot of people that he had his love and heart for. And he was genuine, and you can tell within his lyrics that his lyrics was so much genuinity in there. And then here's the last part, the bridge. It's called the bridge. The last part, it says, and the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling life? Oh, I'm just butchering this up, sorry.
It's okay.
And for you and me, make it a better place. Make it a better place. Heal the world we lived in. Save it for our children. Heal the world we live in. Save it for the children. Be care for the children. So I just had to read that. Sorry I butchered it up. I was just getting emotional, because even the words, even reading it, and I can hear him singing it in my background when I was reading it. So that's how powerful he is. Like, you just know the lyrics, any lyrics of your favorite songs that he has put out. You can literally hear it without even saying it, because it's been embedded in our cellular structure, literally. And it just made us who we are now.
Yeah.
Especially all you Michael J. fans.
Yeah, well, his music is, what is going on here? Sorry. I don't know what my hair's doing. Michael Jackson's music is so healing, and I'm sure most of you fans feel the same way, because what do we do? I've said this before too. We have a shit day. We put on Michael, and all is right with the world again, right? I know it's not like, an instantaneous thing, but still his music is just, it's healing. That's the best word that I can.
It's contagious.
Yes, it's contagious
Isn't
too.
that what
Yes.
lyrics do?
A joyful, contagious.
Yeah, it's a joyful, contagious kind of music and vibration. And even his ballads were so beautifully expressed and everything. Even his theatrical performance. He was also an actor. I mean, he literally performed all his videos and gave it 120% of himself. So you can imagine his heart was so pure, because he gave to you guys. He gave what he felt was his best love for you. That is purity. That's love. That's what he wanted to share with everyone throughout the
Amen.
world.
Amen.
If I phase out at the microphone, I'm not used to holding a microphone.
It's okay. We're getting used to microphones. It's the tech part of it is not my thing yet, but that's okay. I'm getting there.
Getting there.
I'm getting there. Yeah. Well, do you ever have any Michael Jackson synchronicities?
In the car when I'm going to work, the right song pops up almost every single time. And then I think of Cheryl, because I'm like, I wonder if she turns on the radio too, and she hears her favorite songs coming up, and it's the right time for what she's feeling inside. Because, we have our bad days getting up. Just because you're a healer, just because you're a passionate performer or an actor or actress or a trombone player, don't you guys have bad days? A runner. So when you hear that particular lyrics that come through, doesn't it uplift you? And it seems like the right words come out that you needed to hear for that particular time, that you were doing something or you didn't want to do anything. You didn't even want to get out of bed sometimes. But that particular word and that particular song just literally inspired me. I said, okay, come on, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this
Yeah. I think we had a synchronicity one time where
together.
I don't know. I don't know if we were just hanging out or what, but we both heard Smooth Criminal
At the same time.
or at the same time, and it wasn't the same like radio station or anything. Like I don't listen to the radio. I only use like Spotify or something like that.
Wasn't it after your healing dancing thing? We went home in our cars and then we were driving home separately and I screenshot on my radio, the Smooth Criminal was on. And then she says, oh my gosh,
Oh my gosh, I'm listening to
I'm
it
listening
too.
to it.
Yeah,
Listening to it as well.
I love it. I love the synchronicities, and I love when people have them and think of me.
I do. I constantly think of Cheryl.
I
anytime
love
here.
when people put
Yeah.
Michael and me in the same thought.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Powerhouses.
not
Yes.
gonna lie.
No, don't lie.
I know.
Beautiful powerhouse.
Yeah.
Synchronicities.
And then for all of you Michael Jackson fans out there, I'm sure you all have synchronicities as well. What I want to know is when you are talking about Michael with other people in your life, does he start to show up in their life? You know, just like he shows up in your life and reminds you of me.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, I'm sure.
you know, that happens all the time.
Yeah, because
for
it's
me.
like a domino.
Yeah.
effect.
When someone learns that I love Michael Jackson so very much, they'll all of a sudden he'll just start to show up in their life. Just like randomly music or like just something like, you know, video will come on or something and they'll be like, oh my God, like randomly Michael just showed up in my life and I thought of you.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you very much,
Randomly.
Mike. Thanks.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I love it.
I know.
I love it.
That's the best part of it all.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's timeless. Timeless.
Yeah. He's timeless.
Mhm.
Do you have a Michael Jackson favorite song?
There's so many.
I know.
Oh my God.
It's a really hard question.
There's so many. It is a hard question because I like to dance. So, oh my goodness. I don't know. Didn't we do a Michael Jackson and I picked one? Wasn't it? Dancing, dancing, dancing.
She's a dancing machine.
Ooh, baby.
That
Ooh,
was-
baby. I think that was the one. That's one of my
Dancing
favorites.
Machine. That is a great
Yeah,
one.
that's my favorite one because ever since I was little, my mom's like, "You're always dancing," whether it was Michael Jackson or salsa or merengue. Because Latina, you probably can't even tell I am, but that's what I grew up with, always wiggling and moving my hips left and right and forward and back and dancing. And then when I saw him in a cartoon form growing up, and he was doing the moves, that was it. And then that particular song was one of them besides heal the world, because that's my passion now that I'm doing for others in the humanitarian race, is to show them that they can be anything that they want to be.
Yeah. I use Heal the World a lot with my energy healing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That song, I use it a lot before I do sessions.
You
so.
do?
Mhm.
That's a perfect song.
And I use it to charge my healing candles. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And
Along
I
with
have,
dancing.
yes, and I have her healing candles and I do use them. So if you want one, drop it.
Yeah, let me know because I've made It's All for Love
Yeah. And
podcast healing candles.
Yep.
And I would be glad to make you one.
and they smell so good. And they have crystals in it.
Yes, crystals and lavender essential oil. The lavender essential oil that I used was from, I call it Neverland lavender essential oil because it's from a lavender farm that's right near Neverland in California.
We'll see
So,
how much passion is into that. So you can't go wrong with Cheryl the Healing Dancer and her love and passion for the Michael Jackson series that she's doing. I'm so grateful and honored that I hopped on this. I had to
I'm
because
glad you're here.
I grew up with them. I mean, literally grew up with them like an older brother. I'm oldest sisters of 3 sisters, so we never had a brother, and he was a good brother figure growing up. Literally. Yep.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite video?
Oh my gosh. Jeez. What's the one with the circus that he's going through?
Oh, Leave Me Alone.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
such a like animated, yeah.
Very animated. When he did that from the other videos where it's just strictly dancing and acting, like the one with the cabaret, Smooth Criminal, and he's doing all that and
Mhm.
changing this one was like, wow, a carnival. He's going through the colors. It was amazing, amazing. So that was one of my all-time favorite videos. Thank you
Yeah.
for asking for that one.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I mean, not that I forgot about it, but yeah, now I got to go watch it.
Now we have to go watch it again.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because it's timeless. He's totally timeless.
Yes, he is. What do you want the world to know about Michael Jackson? Besides, he's timeless.
Oh, what I want the world to know. Be you and don't let anyone stop you from being who you want to be in this life. That was my message I got from him. No matter how many adversities crossed his path, no matter how media manipulated things or did not, or emphasized things or not, he showed us to persevere and be persistent and be that 100% that you are more than capable of being. I don't think he did, and you may have to bleep this. I don't think he did anything half-ass. That's
I don't
just
have to
me.
bleep nothing.
Yeah, that's just me being candid. So you guys have that potential to be the most important person on this world, in this planet, whatever you want to call it. I consider him a light worker. That's what I consider him, because he was progressive in sharing heart, love, and harmony and peace throughout global, not just USA. He touched the lives of everyone on this earth planet. That's huge. And that means you can do it as well. You can do it as well.
Yeah, we can all do it.
We can all do it. You are the only limitations. You limit yourself. So be unlimitless like him. Did he have a song, Unlimited?
Yes.
Didn't
I don't know.
I don't know. He has a lot of songs like that. How's that? Time's up.
It's my insulin pump. Sorry.
See, this is
It is
live,
time's
guys.
up.
This is live. It's raw, but it's real.
Girl, I'm not editing that out either.
No, no, because she's human. She's living an experience. She needs this. We all have our things that we have to work through and keep us alive, right? So that's
It's all about being yourself, just
Yeah.
like you said. That's what you learned from him. Just be yourself.
Yep.
Who gives a
Literally.
shit if nobody likes it? I don't,
Mm.
but I love you. So how does Michael continue to spread love in your world?
Well, I have to say this. In my line of practice and what I do, I sometimes channel some of his words in songs that's relatable to that client. And then the client gets it and they're like, oh my gosh. He literally just says things simply. Oh, I can't even get the word out. Very simplistic. His words are simplistic. So anyone who's a master of their trade, they know how to speak in simple forms that everyone can understand. So that's one example that I have seen in some of my sessions. I do channel some music, and his music seems to come up a lot for people that I've worked on. So this is not plugging my business, but I'm just giving you an example that did come through, as well as I'm getting in the car and I have a hard day and here comes this song.
Yep.
One of Michael Jackson's songs, and I'm like, oh, okay, thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
Just know what you just know what I'm thinking.
Yes.
And you just know how I'm feeling. It's right there in the words and the lyrics. It's just crazy how it just happens. And that's just being aware. So be aware of your surroundings. Because now that we're doing this podcast, you're going to start seeing Michael Jackson synchronicities all over the place. Because I'm sure others that you've spoken to on this podcast, they've been seeing it too.
Yeah.
And they're fans as well. But
right. Yeah. And if you hear a song in your head by Michael or anyone, pay attention to the lyrics that you're hearing. It just pops into your head. You know, you wake up one day and you're like, oh, I hear this song. Go look up the lyrics and see if they have any resonance with whatever you're going through in life at that time.
Yep.
Just a little note. I don't
No, I like that little
Yeah.
note because that's so true.
Yeah, because it doesn't happen with just Michael Jackson music. I
No.
mean, mostly for me it is because I'm so like in tune with his energy. And he's a healer. So
Mhm.
but it happens with a lot of other music too. How many times have I texted you or called you and being like, this song came in my head. This is what it means.
Exactly. I loved when she
Yeah.
texts me during the day and I'm like, oh, that's Cheryl. She breaks up my monotony of the day. And I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it. And so I'm just grateful that he has given a lot of himself in every way possible. I mean, he walked with Princess Diana. He walked in Africa. He's traveled the world. He really loves the children, their pure innocence in their hearts. It was a child prodigy, and a lot of his childhood was stripped from him. And this is why he built what he built, so he can have joy. That's his joy. And we should allow him to have that joy during that time without all this other stuff that whatever they mentioned about it, which I'm not going to discuss. I always looked at him as a pure soul. So I never saw anything bad from him ever. Oh, who's bad? Dun, 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 dun.
Don't get me started. One of these days I'll do a dancing video for you.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Who's bad? You
Who's
guys
bad?
are.
Right? That's right. Mike is bad. You bad.
Right.
If you ain't bad, you ain't nothing.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, it's my
Thank you
honor
so
and pleasure.
much.
I'm glad
It's
it
so
was
much fun.
This was so much fun because it's supposed to be fun.
Yes.
I'm sorry if I slip up with some words. I'm so excited and enamored by his spirit and his choice of lyrics and words, and his energy is so contagious. Isn't that another song too?
I don't, they're escaping me at this point, but I'm sure there's something.
I'm sure you Michael Jackson fans will know. Just drop it down because there's so many words that are in his lyrics that we just speak. And that's just helping us with our soul connection as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like make that change.
Yeah.
You know where that's from.
Yes.
Do
Make
it.
that change. Man in the mirror.
All right, we're not going to serenade you.
No, we're not.
Thank you all so much for listening, and thank you, Myrna, for being here
No, it's
and
my
talking with
honor.
me.
It's my honor. I love it. Thank you
Yes,
for
me
what you're
too.
doing with this. I'm so, so happy you are.
It's an honor to do it. It's just an honor. I hope you all have an amazing day, afternoon, night, wherever you are. And it's all for love.
All for love.
Bye.
Bye.